effect of the befriending theory on forgiving after betrayal. Okay, so the main thing I'm going to focus on is on the feminist movement. Feminism seeks equality between genders, so there is the threat of inequality and the cost of achieving that equality. It is represented by celebrities such as Emma Watson, who is an UN ambassador for women, Beyonce, who writes lyrics that are inspirational for women, Tina Fey, who also writes comedy and TV shows that empower women, and Kate Blanchett, I think that's her name. She uses her platform as a celebrity to call out the attention to that inequality, both in Hollywood and in other areas of society. The conflict between women on the definition of feminism. So there is a big conflict between the group of women that they have not necessarily agree on definition. So there are women who say, well, we're just trying to look for that equality in those different areas of society. And then there's also those who are wanting to go a step above, and then they try to fight men. So there's a big conflict between some women calling each other out, saying you're not speaking enough about feminism, you're not a feminist, and so there is division in that group of feminists. So what happens when women face the same threat, which is inequality, but have already betrayed each other when they fight each other? Okay, so the fight or flight response to stress. I mean, we all heard of this. It's one of the basic things in psychology that we learn. Walter Cannon in 1932 theorized that animals respond to a threat or stressful situation by either fighting or fleeing. The hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system and the adrenal cortical system, which makes the body alert, and it causes an impulse to either make a decision to either fight or flee. But there are also limitations to this theory because it's from 1932, so there are of course limitations to this. Now, Shelley E. Taylor, she developed the theory of tend and befriend as a female response to stress. So she noticed that in the research up to 1995, a lot of the subjects were male rats or male humans. So she said, what about women? How do they respond to this stressful situation or to threat? She actually noticed that up until 1995, only 13% of the subjects in all research were actually female. So she came up with the tend and befriend theory. Tend means the quieting and caring for offspring and blending into the environment. So in a stressful situation, women look for their children, look for their offspring to take care of them. And so if there is a threat, they try to hide their children, but this is also very risky because they are trying to take care of someone else. So they put themselves in risk. It's like when you're in an airplane, they tell you to put your mask first before helping other children because it is risky. So there's also the second part that is befriending, that says that women get together to protect each other and their offspring. So being able to fight that stressful situation or threat, they group together. They try to support each other to fight that response. So forgiving. What happens when you are trying to befriend someone or group with someone else who has betrayed you, or you are in a fight? How do you choose? It is selective social interaction. So how do you choose who you're going to befriend with? Relationships have both advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages is protection, as seen in the theory of the befriend theory, but there is also conflict. So Kahneman saw that people solve conflict by forgiving, and this leads to a deeper relationship and a greater psychological well-being. There was another study on forgiving after betrayal. So Yao et al. In 2014 ran a study comparing forgiving after betrayal between men and women. He found that women are actually less likely to forgive after betrayal, and they're more likely to punish. Now the limitation was that those groups were not in stressful situations. So how does a stressful situation affect women trying to make that decision of forgiving someone else? So my conclusion is that relationship building and adversity between women are important not only on feminism but in society in general. There are many threats that are affecting society, and so there needs to be that relationship building in order to face that problem, that threat, or stressful situation. And but there's often adversity, so they need to overcome that by forgiving. So how will women respond to the threat of inequality? Will they befriend by forgiving after betrayal? So my hypothesis is that when facing a stressful situation, women will forgive and befriend even after betrayal. So I put that my independent variable will be betrayal, and that dependent variable will be befriending or overcoming that stress situation. Yes.
All right.
Any questions?